Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elizabeth and this is the third video in this series I'm doing about my mom. If you missed the first two, they'll be linked down below. I recommend watching them in order because I'm just going to tell the whole story about what happened and it'll make the most sense that way. So I left off Thursday night. Nights were the absolute worst out of everything. Because, you know, we live around people around the city, you know, whatever, all the time, and there's so much light around us at night that we don't even notice, you know, it's there. We just think it's dark because it's not as bright as, like, daytime, but, like, literally in the mountains, it is dark. Dark, 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 no lights anywhere. My mom didn't have a flashlight, didn't have a phone, didn't have anything except for her key fob and the clothes that she was wearing and 2 ponchos. So I mean, I wouldn't take anything on a 3-mile hike with me either, so I don't know. But night was the worst. We drive back down the mountain and, you know, just look out the windows at all the trees and the pitch black and you just think, wow, she's still out there. And it was horrible, but we kept saying, by night 3, we kept saying, by night 3, she's a champ by now. She's got this, you know, her survival skills will kick in and it'll be great. That didn't happen. Well, I mean, I don't know how long she made it out there, but the survival skills didn't kick in long enough, I guess. But that's okay. But anyway, now we're at Friday, September 28th. I woke up this day feeling super hopeful. For months and months and months, I'm engaged. For months and months and months, I kept saying, September 28th, 2019, that's the day I want to get married. And people would be like, why? And I'd be like, that's the day. I think it's super special. There was a song that I really liked that had the date in it, and I was like, there's just something about that day. I know it'll be great. Like, I know, like, I have no idea what we'll have going on then, but, like, it'll be a great day. Well, never in a million years would I have expected me to up to my life and move down to North Carolina / Tennessee for a bit, and never did I think I would be there. But I was, and so I woke up that day super hopeful. During this day, my aunt actually called David at work and told him he needed to get his butt down there and leave work. And so this Friday, David finally came down to spend time with my family and stuff down there, just to be there. So a few days before, we had gone through and searched for pictures of my mom. My mom hated her picture taken. Literally even going through all the pictures for her funeral, could not find a picture of her by herself unless she was like 18. So very difficult to find a picture of her. We used to watch Investigation Discovery and like murder mysteries and all sorts of stuff on TV together, and there was one day that she looked at me and was like, if I ever went missing, you wouldn't have any picture to put on the missing poster. Like, she joked about it, and I was like, maybe she'll let me take a picture. What if that would ever happen? And we were like, that'll never happen. There we were. But yeah, there we were trying to find a picture for her missing posters that we made. We ended up finding some from a couple years ago and then kind of recently, but we were just like, yeah, whatever, she looks the same, it'll work. So we made the missing posters and then we started passing them out this day. This Friday was the day that Clingman's Dome Road shut down, and it's actually one of the busiest spots in the park, and they shut it down for the search to make it like an extensive project. They had tents set up, they had extra equipment brought in, a cell tower, all sorts of people. I'll insert some of the video clips I took, but it was literally crazy. It like transitioned on Friday and it was like a big deal, a huge search mission. It was really kind of cool. So they shut down the road to have room for all of that equipment, and then this is also the day that we went to Newfound Gap and started passing out flyers. We had a tent set up. We had these big poster boards made. We were talking to all sorts of people. It was, you know, it was an operation. We had people there to do stuff, and we just gave them jobs. Another reason that they shut down the road is because this is the day they brought out the big helicopters. They needed places for them to land. The first helicopter that came was from the state of Tennessee. We have a bunch of pictures of it. We got pictures with the search crew on there, and we got to have a tour of the helicopter, and, you know, all of us were literally just sitting there looking out over the fog, you know, totally drained, just staring off into space, and we start to hear this, like, helicopter noise, and we can't see it because it's, you know, kind of foggy up behind us. And we're like, that's a helicopter. They're bringing helicopters out. This would be great because we're like a helicopter finder. That'll be the best way to do it. Like, it'll be awesome. And so we're like looking around and we can see it all of a sudden come up over from behind us and go down, and it's going down in front of us, and we like jump up and we run across the parking lot and we're standing there like, ooh, and we're like taking pictures, taking videos. And I'm looking, and the guy in there's like, move over, and we're literally standing in the landing zone. It was so embarrassing because after they landed, we had to be like, we were standing right there, sorry. But they were super nice and super cool. It was really fun. Helicopters were awesome when they brought them out, and we were actually leaving Klingman's Dome, like that area that day, and we were driving. The road was closed, you know, so we're driving down, you know, blah, 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 whatever, and we see all these trees start to blow. Well, first I'm like, we're driving, and I can like see out over the mountains. I'm like, look, there's another helicopter. They have 2 of them out. Like, this is great news. And they're like, oh, I don't see it anywhere. And I'm like, just keep your eyes open. You'll probably see it once we go around the next turn. Literally, we go around the turn and we see all this wind, and we're like, what the heck is that wind from? That's crazy. And then a helicopter literally just comes and like lands right on the road, like literally right in front of us. So my aunt slams on her brakes and she's like, oh my gosh, that's a helicopter. And so that was pretty cool. I think that one was the Army helicopter that they brought out, but really neat, really cool. Nice to have the helicopters there. The problem was the weather. It was really difficult to fly on with all the fog, and like it wasn't fog up there. You literally, like, the clouds blow through and you get stuck in a cloud. And so we were at like a 6,600 feet elevation, and we were like stuck in clouds all the time. So that was our problems with flying. But I mean, no one can control that. This Friday is the day we started hanging out on the mountain all day, as the search crews would come up, you know, for breaks or whatever, or when they would start to go down, like, we would thank them and like give them hugs, and it was like really sweet and sentimental, and you could tell like it meant a lot for them, for us to be there and being like, thank you so much for doing all you were doing, like looking for her, like at that moment, like, you don't know what you would do without them because they're working so hard, and they come up and they're like drenched with mud, and you know, they're literally going through everything. If I can find pictures that our person in charge of media sent me over, I'll like put them in here, but like they were going through literally insane territory. But then again, like staying up there all day, it was really difficult because, you know, going back down the mountain at night, that was the worst. Like, it was the worst experience of the whole thing was going back down at night. I hated it. Hated it every night. Hated getting back to the hotel and having to like, I didn't have service, so I had to sit outside and call people to like give them updates because I was in charge of like calling everyone back at home. Because I remembered all of the information that they would tell us in the briefings and all sorts of stuff. But it was like hard sitting out there in the night. I hated it. I hate that. I did it before, like being in the dark like didn't bother me, but now I hate it because like it was just the worst being like she's still out there and it's so dark and she's probably so scared and cold, and it was like you just get yourself thinking in this process, and it's like the worst. But also we got the drones out that day for the first time. We had an absolutely beautiful sunset on the mountain, and we had this like sun rays shining through. It was gorgeous. I'm gonna have a spoiler right here. The sun rays shining through that we got, they were actually shining to another like mountain ridge thing, and that's actually where they found her body. So wow. But anyway, this is the day that they got the DNA helicopter out there, and so we were all really optimistic about that. I don't know why, but I feel like Friday was the best day for the whole search in general. Like, all of our moods were up and boosted, and yeah. So the DNA helicopter we took, Emily clipped her nails, and then they had the helicopter fly to a lab and analyze the DNA samples, and then the guy would sit in the back of a plane and like drop little pins where the DNA was. Didn't work for us. It's found people before, but like not us. That's okay though. So I think Friday was the best day. Honestly though, the only reason I remember Friday is because I woke up and kept saying it's 28th, it's going to be a good day. You know, September 28th, 28th night of September, like it's going to be great. But honestly, like, the whole weekend blew by. Like, you're in a daze, you have no idea what day it is or what's going on. But just because of that, I'm going to save it for the next video because it's literally like a whole chunk, and I can't break it up into days because I don't remember everything very well. But yeah, so that is it for today's video. Remember to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you know when I upload the next one. Thank you guys for watching me and supporting me in this. It's difficult to talk about, but it's also very therapeutic at the same time because I get it organized in my brain, how everything happened, so I remember it later. But that's it for today. I will see you guys next time. Bye.